fam, how you doing? Tino here. I haven't done one of these Tales of the Mexican Samurai in a while, and I decided I wanted to do one for you today. Okay, now, in my 21 years here in country, I have never, ever come across a beggar. Okay, I've never had anyone come up to me and ask for money. You don't really see a lot of homeless people here in Japan. Well, not here in Kumamoto. I can count the number of homeless people I've seen in the time that I've been here on one hand. Let's put it that way. Okay, now, like I said, I've never had anyone come up to me and ask for money. Now, there are situations where you will see, for example, a Buddhist monk who will stand outside maybe a train station or in front of a department store, and he will sit there in his little Buddhist monk wear with the hat. Kind of cool because he looks like one of those monks out of the Shaw Brothers Kung Fu movies, right? So he stands there in his little stance, and he has his bowl. And what he's not really begging though, he's giving people an opportunity to give. So he will not come up to you and ask you for money, but he will allow you to, if you want to, give him some money, he'll allow you to do that. So he sits there with a bowl. So I really can't consider that to be begging, right? But like I said, I've never come across a beggar in the time that I've been here in country until last week. Okay, now, last week it was last Wednesday as a matter of fact, I took Roman to get his haircut. Now, after we go get his haircut, we usually like to go to the convenience store and get some ice cream, right? So we pulled into the 7-Eleven and parked the car, and as we were going toward the entrance, we noticed there is a young dude, he's mid-20s, right? He's standing next to the trash cans outside. Our eyes meet. Roman and I, we greet him, konnichiwa, and he returns our greeting, and he smiles, right? So we walk in, we get our ice cream, and as we are exiting the convenience store, dude, he approaches me and he says, excuse me, sir, I was wondering if you could help me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? And he says, I just came into town from Amakusa, which is about a good 90 minutes away by car, right? He says, I came in for a job interview. The good news is I got the job. Okay, but as I was getting ready to go back home, I noticed that my car was on E, so I pulled into a filling stand to put some petrol into the car, right? I go into my bag and I noticed that I forgot to bring my wallet. Okay, so I have no ID, I have no money to put gas into the car. And I was wondering if you would be kind enough to loan me 2,000 yen, which is equivalent to maybe, let's say $20, okay? And I will pay you back. If you would just give me your mailing address, I will mail you the money directly. And I'm like, you want me to give you 2,000 yen so you can put gas in your car? I don't know. Now see, fam, I'm from LA, and I see this a lot back home, right? So I'm having deja vu, right? So it's like, this is very, very familiar to me, but then again, I'm thinking to myself, you know what, this is Japan. This can't happen, because in Japanese society, Japanese people don't ask for help. You will never ever see a Japanese person come up to you, just a stranger, and ask you for money like this. I've never had that happen before. And that's one thing about the Japanese society though, because Japanese people, they don't ask for help. Okay? They will do gaman, which is they endure. Okay? They will endure hardship, but they will rather endure hardship, or even they would choose death in many cases. They would rather die than to ask for help, and that's one of the bad things about the society here, right? So there, I was kind of, numb at this particular moment because he's asking me for money, right? I don't even know this kid, right? And then so I'm like, well, I'm not too keen on giving my mailing address to, just anyone. It's something I just don't want to do. And he says, oh, I see. And then I'm like, well, you know what? You say you got the job. And I said, yeah. well, can't you ask like your boss or something for some money or something like that? And he's like, no, I don't want to do that because, I just got the job. I don't want to go up and, ask him for money or anything like that. I'm like, well, can't you call somebody? And he's like, well, I live with my grandmother, and she doesn't drive. She's 83 years old, and I just don't want to worry her. So I'm trying to, swallow my pride and do this on my own. I'm like, well, okay. We say you got the job. When are you coming back to town? And he says, I will be back here on Friday, which is the day after tomorrow, right? I'm like, well, look, let's do this. You're coming back on Friday. What time do you finish work? He says, I finish at 6:30. I'm like, okay, well, fine. I got a break between 7 and 8. Let's say I meet you here at 7:15, and you can pay me back the money then. What do you think about that? And he's like, all right, yeah, no problem. I can do that. So at this point, fam, I'm intrigued, okay? I'm going to give him the money, okay? But I am really, really interested to see if this cat is going to return or not, right? So I give him the 2,000 yen, I shake his hand, I wish him farewell, and I hope that, I told him that I hope that he does well in his new job, and I hope that he gets home safely, right? So he takes off. Rowan and I, we get in the car, and it's a good thing that I had 2,000 yen in my wallet. I normally don't carry that much money in my wallet, right? But it was a good thing that he took all my money. That's all I had in the wallet was 2,000 yen. But, so he goes on. The following day, I'm thinking about this cat the whole day. And I'm telling all my students, well, my adult classes, what happened. And they're telling me the same thing. Tino, you just got swindled. He's not coming back. He's not going to give you that money back. You're never going to see that money again. Everybody's telling me the same thing. And I pretty much think the same thing, right? So 90% of the way I'm looking at this is I just got punked. Okay, I got swindled. I'm not getting the money back. So I go all day Thursday. Friday comes, and I can't wait till 7:15 comes. Okay, so I'm just anticipating. I'm anticipating what's going to happen. So it's like 7 o'clock, 7:15. I roll up into 7-Eleven, right? Family, he's not there. He's not outside, right? So I gotta go get some coffee for the ladies, and I start my class at 8 o'clock, right? So I gotta go get some coffee anyway. So I park, and I'm getting ready to walk into the store. Guess who walks out of the convenience store? That's right, dude. He walks out, he's got this big smile on his face, and he greets me. And he says, thank you so much for the other day. He reaches into his jacket pocket, in a nicely decorated envelope he gives me, which contains the 2,000 yen that I loaned him, and he also gives me a large bag of parsnips. And I'm like, damn, this is a happy day. Family, you know what? I don't care about the 2,000 yen. That's not why I'm happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy about the money. I'm happy about the simple fact that this kid, he came back. 90% of my heart was telling me that he's not coming back. Everybody that I told in my class, everybody said the same thing. He's not coming back. That 10%, that little itty bitty dime, fam, he came back. He's right there. He gives me the money and a big bag of parsnips, right? So I'm like, damn, God bless humanity, huh? I'm like, against the odds, he came back, He came all the way back to give me the money. So I told him, I said, you know what? I am so glad to see you. Not because of the money, but just the simple fact that you came back. I'm happy to see you. And he says, I want to thank you so much because, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was contemplating just walking home. I was like, damn. I said, well, how long were you out there? And he says, I was out there close to an hour. And I said, okay, well, within that time, how many people did you ask? He said, 2. I asked a middle-aged woman. She told me no. And the second person was, I asked you. And I was like, what made you ask me? And this is what he told me, fam. He said the reason why he asked me was because I said hello to him. When I was walking up to the entrance and he was standing by the trash can and Roman and I, we greeted him, that's why he asked me when I was coming out. Because in his mind, okay, he had already determined that I was a good dude, you know? I was a good human being. So he saw this, his chance to get help. He saw it in my eyes, he says. He said, I knew you would give me the money. And I was like, damn. That made me feel good, fam. For real. You know what? I was almost to tears when I heard said that. You know, I was like, you know what? You never know, fam. You never know. I mean, this is an opportunity for me to help this young dude. And I would have never, ever had this opportunity had I not said hello to this dude, right? So I was like, you know, I was thank God. You know, I was thank the Lord that that He has instilled in me that, you know, everybody, anybody, okay, can be an angel in disguise. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had an opportunity to help this cat, and he proved to me that there is good in the world. You know, people are capable of doing good things. You know, and it really, really made me feel good, and I was blessed to be able to have that opportunity with him. So he and I, we shook hands, and I told him, I said, hey, good luck in your new job, and my regards to your grandmother. I hope that she is well, and I'm glad that you came back, man. I really, really am, because you know what? I'm going to tell everybody what you just did today. I'm going to tell everybody that you did. And that's what I'm doing right here, fam. Okay? Well, that's it for me. I got to go downstairs and take a shower. I hope that you enjoyed the story. You guys have a blessed week. It's Hump Day tomorrow. Okay? And for those of you out here who are living in Japan, Costco has pumpkin pies. They just came out this week. So if you guys are near a Costco, go down and get you some pumpkin pie, because that's what I'm going to do this weekend. Okay? I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon, okay? God bless.